it is hotter than two rats fornicating in a wool sock today. New York, it's our last days of summer. And here I am, I always create my own space, my own heart space, open, making sure of it, keeping that vibration high, and appreciating the last of the summer days. Me and my pen. Oh no, she doesn't want to be on camera. And so I've learned how to transform my spaces, be mindful, self-aware. That warm sun does feel really good, because I know the polarity of the winter is soon to come in the winter, and I'll enjoy that too. Every single last snowflake this winter, New York. I've been in many hospital rooms that were barren, forced to read signs. You know, in advertising, I was taught to brainwash people, and that's why I got out of it, went into graphic design. 9 years later, to be here I am in this spot, here right now in this moment, in a beautiful scenery within my mind, always within my mind. Create that picture. You can see it. You're the only one who can create it in your own way, your own colors, your own everything, your own story. And so you always have to always picture your future higher self, what you would look like. What would your smile look like? But not only that, it only looks that way because it feels like a smile before it even happens. A big lesson learned in my experiences, especially when that mask mandate was lifted. Many lessons, Christine. Let go of that ego. And so my higher self, I always knew what was there. There was no convincing anybody else on the outside. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, I was just so lost. I went from ground zero. I went from, oh my gosh, mentally and physically, what else has left your soul? And you have to start over. But the environment plays a very significant everything in your healing. One time I asked for a box of crayons and they declined it. I wasn't allowed to have anything actually in that moment. No sort of relief in ways that would keep me quiet. So hospital walls and, crying out, people don't want to live. And I feel like there needs to be some more beauty incorporated somehow. And so I did it mentally. I created my own garden. And the way I did that is that I planted seeds and I grew my own garden for the month and a half I was there at one visit. I also wasn't very mobile, and I passed around little handwritten little notes of encouragement from my journal that would help other patients to heal and inspire them. From the ground up, I did that. I made sure that every person was a messenger for me there, and that experience was quite tremendous because it transformed me completely and set me free from suffering. I learned how to be an alchemist in a certain way and started to impact people, and things started to become contagious. And I always say it's okay to be positive. I'm contagious. There were instances where it was kind of grim and I didn't have the medical help that I needed. Maybe begging for that medical help at some point. But the walls, they were that of a motel. I remember clearly and vividly the exact scene. There was a kitchen and bathroom. Very, quaint. My core was broken. I wasn't mobile. And left for a significant amount of time. I'd say around 10 hours straight. Maybe a couple more later that evening. And I know that mentally and physically, Christine was no longer there. She wasn't the muse. Or she just couldn't perform or be the acrobat that she always was. I remember being alone and in my glasses I couldn't see the time, so time was very insignificant. The curtains were always drawn, so I could kind of see a crack of sunlight. Or, worried someone's gonna knock on the door and so, anyway. So I remember there was a coat rod, a refrigerator that I tried to get to once and rolled myself like to the wheelchair that was there, and wasn't very successful. I didn't know how it was going to get back, so I kind of, I was scared to just even move an inch. That could be the reason why I used a bedpan, had a roll of toilet paper in my bed. Not because I wanted to make origami, no. Because that's just the way it was. And so, if you can't be where you want to be or need to be, and you need to create that scenery, that environment, that comfort for yourself when no one's there, just please remember, you're never alone, one. Second, it's your reality, you create it. Stop your thoughts, it's all an illusion. It's almost like you're in a movie. Nothing is real. You have to make your story happen, because the universe always rewards those who put out with intention from their heart, from their soul, and if they have a purpose, they'll be protected on their journey. I knew I'd come out of this. I was too strong growing up in a family that would never let me not succeed to what my potential really is in life is something more. I'm going on a tangent. What I really wanted to say is transform your space. It's an illusion. You will be at a place at some time, some place in your life, in the future, if you just imagine it now. And so, I have too. Maybe that's why they did cave paintings. I've transformed an IKEA or a Pottery Barn gravesite into a really good moment. Don't be discouraged. Things are temporary. And you can transform anything. You just have to go within yourself. You know yourself better than anybody. Don't let anyone tell you what to do, how to do it. Well, unless there's an agreement or you're breaking the law. But just also be mindful of those ones that may be ill or just secluded or just alone in their life when they don't have anybody. When they could have really used somebody through their journey. I know at times I really could have. But going within myself, doing that shadow work has been tremendous. Oh. Boot camp was pretty hard. Ready to move on. Ready to live my life in an environment that I choose to be healthy in, to make my own decisions, to be powerful in the moves I make, the relationships I create, the environment that I surround myself in, quiet trips to the beach to meditate, maybe a museum or just a place you love. Also love yourself. I think that's all I have to say.